Tim, good to have you and welcome to ENCA. Let's talk about this, particularly for those homeowners who have home loans with banks. Now, we heard that announcement made by the NPC, Lesetja Kganyago, also leading a media briefing there, just reiterating that unanimous decision that they've decided to cut the repo rate by 100 basis points. I mean, what does this mean for anyone who has a home loan currently?
Well, thanks for having me. It certainly is going to be great news for existing homeowners who now are going to be paying as little as about 700 Rand less on their bonds for an average bond size of about R1 million. So this is great news for them. From an investor standpoint as well, the cost of servicing their property debt also goes down immediately. So yeah, very strange times that we're in, but positive news coming from what the Reserve Bank has done in terms of dropping the interest rates by 100 basis points.
Tim, that's partly dependent on, the question of the prime rate, which is the rate that's separate from the, the repo rate, which is between the Reserve Bank and the commercial banks, the prime rate being between those who hold debt and the banks, their commercial banks. On average, would you say many people would benefit from this, given that not everyone has access to the prime rate, and that's dependent on a whole variety of factors?
Yeah, so everybody will benefit from it for as long as you were in a position where you were paying debt on a monthly basis. The cost of servicing that debt immediately goes down by the full 100 basis points, regardless of what your contractual rate was with your lender. So, hence, if you were paying 8.75% on R1 million, right now with this 100 basis points, you'd be paying at least 700 Rand less on your home loan.
Yeah, and Tim, I need your advice here, because you have some, homeowners who are saying, okay, what do I do? Great news for us, right? I might have a bit of cash into my pocket. What do I do? Do I take this bit of cash and use it elsewhere? Because, we're in tough times right now. I could use it, for petrol or for groceries or for wherever I need to get some relief. Or do I continue paying and making those payments with my monthly installment as it was before this announcement today?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think the reality is that the temptation would be to take the savings and to plug other holes elsewhere from a lifestyle standpoint. But, the honest advice is that you should keep that money into your home loan, because you never know what is likely to happen in terms of you being able to make consistent repayments and other debt items. So my strong advice is continue to pay if you are in a position to still have an income today. Continue to pay what you've been paying previously, and just use this as a cushion for the short to long term.
All right, Tim Akinisi, thank you so much for your insights there. The smart advice there being that continue paying what you've been paying if you can afford to do that.